guys, this is what we're brewing today. It's a chocolate oatmeal stout at 5.8%. So we're brewing 23 litres. That's what we're going for in the fermenter. And you can see from the recipe down here, we've got 4.7 kilograms of marisota, 500 grams of golden naked oats, 250 grams of chocolate malt. We've got 250 grams of crystal 400 and 200 grams of roasted barley. So that should give us a nice nice dark colour. Going for a pre-boil gravity of 10.046 and an OG of 10.054. So we'll see what that comes out like. I'm also adding 50 grams of cocoa powder. Done a bit of research about this, and it varies really of kind of when to add things and how much to add, and so I'm just going to add 50 grams at flame out. As I said earlier, it's the first stout I've brewed, so yeah, it's a learning exercise, so we'll see what it comes out with. You can see there I'm using US 05 yeast, 1 packet of that. So temperature 65 degrees and a mash out at 75. And there's more water. I think the hops must be on the other side. Let's go up so you can see there. So I've got 25 grams of Challenger at 60 minutes, and 25 grams of Fuggles also at 60 minutes, and then 25 grams of East Kent Goldings at 5 minutes. I don't think it's on the recipe, but I've also got a Protofloc tablet I'm going to add in the last 15 minutes of the boil. You can see I've already weighed out all the hops, the Protofloc tablet, and there's the US 05. So yeah, as I said, the first stout I've done, so learning exercise. Let's see how it goes. Okay guys, so I've got the the mash water heating up. That's I think it's just under 20 litres, as you can see, and we're heating that up to 65 degrees. Still a while to go yet, I think. I've also put my mash water on. I think that's about 15 litres. Again, I only use a converted tea urn, so it takes a bit of time to heat up. So I'll start it now. I think we're on 14 degrees, so we've got to go to about 75, I think. So I best start weighing the grains, and we'll get it in the mash when the water's ready. Overall, in. Okay, I think what I'll do as well, I think I'll start the pump a little bit. And we'll get the There you go, we're fully up to temp, so now we're starting to mash. So we'll put the sparge plate on just to even out the distribution of the wort. Okay, we'll get the lid on. A bit of white down, it's a bit dusty. And we're mashing away. Right guys, I think we're coming to the end of the mash. I think there's a few minutes left. Let's just give you a look at what's going on. So the wort's looking really good colour, really dark chocolatey brown colour. I guess it's what we were going for. So we'll let the mash complete, and I think we've got a 10-minute mash out, and then we can get on with this with the sparge. So we'll be back shortly. Okay guys, it looks like we've hit our temperature, or we've started to boil. So it's time to add the first 2 hop additions, I think, which are 25 grams of Challenger and 25 grams of Fuggles. So that's the Challenger. In they go. And 25 grams of Fuggles as well. So we've got a protoflock at 15 minutes, and the last hop addition, which is these Kent Goldings, at 5 minutes. So just give that a bit of a stir in. Try being hustled by my dog. Come on, get out. I wouldn't say it's a vigorous boil, so let's just adjust the temperature slightly. Oh, there you go. It already adjusted itself. It had realised it had cooled down a bit. So as you can see, we've got a decent boil going. Just give that a bit of a spray with the water just to make sure there's no risk of boil over. So yeah, it's looking pretty good. I took a sample earlier, pre-boil gravity. I'm just going to let that cool down to see what the number is. But yeah, it's looking pretty black. So, which is pretty good. So yeah, we'll measure that a bit later, and we'll see you guys later. Apologies, as it's a bit of a mess in this garage at the moment. Got lots and lots of stuff. But I just wanted to show you this. I picked up in anticipation of doing the stout. So that's a 30-70 Nitro mix to help with the pour. We all like a pour like a typical unnamed Irish stout. So I picked up this from my local gas supplier, and I also picked up, if I can just get it, dig it out. Yeah, I've also picked up this, which is the regulator. It's different than a standard CO2 apparently, so not that I'm an expert, but that's what I was advised to get. So yeah, so hopefully when we're brewed and fermented, we can pour a nice Irish style stout with under nitro. Yeah, we'll get back to the to the brew shortly. Okay guys, I think we've got about 5.5 minutes left of the 5.5 minutes left of the boil. So we'll put the last hop addition in, which is 25 grams, I think it was, of East Kent Goldings. So in they go. And just give it a little stir. Look at that. And yeah, I'll best go and weigh out the cocoa powder, because that needs to go in at flame out. So I'll be back shortly with that. Okay guys, we're coming to the end of the boil. I think there's a couple of minutes left, and then I'm going to add the cocoa powder. This is what I'm adding. I'm adding that 50 grams at flame out. No idea what it's going to turn out like, but we'll find out. Just one more thing as well, I don't class myself as an expert brewer. I've not been doing this that long, but one of my recent purchases is this, which is a plate chiller. I had the standard chiller previously that most people have, an immersion chiller, I think it is. You just run cold water through it, but this thing is amazing. So yeah, so literally I've got it connected to the cold water, and literally going directly to into a fermenter. So once we finish the boil, I shall hook that up to the tap at the end, and yeah, I'm hoping it'll be it'll go from what, 100 degrees to pretty much pitching temperature straight from the chiller. But yeah, we'll do some measurements so we can see if that's the case or not. So yeah, so we'll wait for flame out, or wait for the end of the boil, and then we'll add this cocoa powder and see what happens. Okay guys, I've now got the kettle quite high up, so let's just check the temperature. Might be difficult to see with all the steam. It's mid 90s anyway, still difficult to see. Anyway, so everything's hooked up, the plate chiller. I've got the water running, the taps running here, so yeah, let's give it a whirl. Okay. I'm using the sieve there just to catch any unwanted grains, anything that might have got through the filter. So yeah, let's do a temperature check as it's coming out. Get that down there. We'll see. As you can see, 90 degrees to 14 degrees. Let's just prove that again by putting it into the wort. Yeah, coming out at 14 degrees. As I said, it's the best purchase I've ever made in my homebrew equipment. And this was I think it's an 80 plate chiller. I think it is 80 plate chiller. And it was from the malt miller. About 125 quid with all some of the tubing, something like that. Anyway, so let's get this in the fermenter, and then we'll pitch the yeast, and then yeah, that'll be end of brew day. Okay guys, I've just got this some wort out of the fermenter, so let's have a look at what the OG is. So it's looking around 1060 if I'm not mistaken. Yep, spot on 1060. So let's check brew file to see what we're looking at. So if we look here, we had, zoom out a little. So we had pre-boil of 1050 and OG is now 10060. Yeah, we got pretty good efficiency there. So just under 80% mash efficiency, which is, yeah, one of the highest I've had so far. So when we're looking at an ABV of around 6.6%, so yeah, we're well up on the numbers. So yeah, as you can see. So we'll just check what the volume is when we get it in the fermenter, just to make sure. But yeah, looking good. I'm using US 05 yeast as in the recipe. I'd normally do I'd rehydrate this yeast, but basically I just forgot. So I'm just going to pitch it directly on top of the wort. So here goes. I've used this yeast before. It's really good. Okay, so there we go. We've pitched, so I'll get the lid on, get it in the brew fridge, and we'll check on it in a little while and see if we've started fermentation. Looking forward to getting this on Nitro. So we'll carbonate it for 3, 4, 5 days maybe. We'll check it out, see if it's carbonated enough, and then we'll get it on the Nitro. So we'll be back for that soon. Okay guys, as you can see, 2 kegs ready to CO2. We've got, can't remember which order, but we've got One of the kegs is the chocolate oatmeal stout, and one is the Pilsner. So we'll put them on a bit of CO2, so just purge it a little bit. And this one as well. Okay, so let's check the pressure. It's a little bit high. Let's lower it a little bit. Okay, we want about 10 to 12 psi. Actually, I'll do it a little bit higher and I'll check it a bit sooner. So that's it now. So now we just got to wait. Cheers, guys.